Hi. So, in today's episode, I want to talk about vulnerability and confidence, and kind of the relationship between these two things, and how they are both vital pieces of the puzzle of business ownership and of leadership and of anytime that you want to step up and do something different in your life, anytime you're trying to make a dream come true or reach a certain goal or anything like that, you're going to need both of these parts. And they're not easy. They're not easy. So I just want to share personal experience with that. Recently, when I posted a vulnerable share episode where I was talking about re-owning these pieces that have been disowned, these pieces that you've been taught are not okay to have, and re-owning them. And I came out on that episode, and I was like, I'm a fancy girl. I'm a fancy girl. And yes, people can think I'm all that. I'm all that. Okay, so you have no idea how burningly uncomfortable that was for me. So uncomfortable. When I published it, I wanted with every fiber of my being to retract, delete, unpublish. It was excruciating, but I didn't delete myself. I didn't delete myself, and that is because I needed to test those waters for myself. I have learned in my life that it is definitely not okay to be to be in your power, or to be confident, or to use your voice, to be seen, to value yourself. That was very much, in my world, that was just not okay. That was ugly, and that was disdained, and that was disowned, and that was not okay. So I had to test those waters for myself. And the reason why I did is because I know it's a self-worth issue. It's not that I need everyone to know that or anything like that. I know it's a self-worth issue because when I think about the people who inspire me the most in the world, people who I just love, like, let's say like Beyonce and Amy Schumer, right? Totally self-owning females, like unapologetic, totally themselves, vulnerably themselves, and also powerfully themselves. Vulnerable, powerful, both. No apology. Love them. They inspire me. And when I thought, is it okay for them? Would this be okay for them? Yes. It would 100% be okay for them. But it wasn't okay for me. In my own eyes, in my own heart, it wasn't okay for me to do that. And so it felt extremely excruciatingly vulnerable. But I did that because I know that this other part of me knows it is okay for me too. And as I own that and make that okay for me too, I rise into the next level of where I need to be and where I want to go, which is feeling comfortable in my own skin and having people in my world who value me as much as I value them, because I value people so much. And it's a big leap to say, I deserve to be valued as much as I value other people. It's a big leap for us a lot of times. And you wouldn't think it would be, but it is. And so that's why I wanted to just kind of share how the vulnerable parts and the powerful parts come together in this most beautiful way to connect us with our people. And why? Because it connects us with ourselves. When we're really finally connecting with these parts of ourselves that we haven't connected with, or haven't been able to, or haven't felt safe enough to, then it creates this whole other kind of dynamic, and then you start to get more people like that in your life. Both friendships and other kinds of relationships, and clients and customers and people in your business, and supportive people around you in your entrepreneurial business space, etc., 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 etc. It's a, you know, it's that crumb that feeds all the other crumbs ahead of it. And so both of these pieces are so vital, but they're not easy. They're not easy. And so I just wanted to share that that kind of vulnerable share about how hard that was for me. It was really, really hard for me. And I, crumpled into a little crumple that night and the next day and the next day. But I'm so proud of myself for doing that for me. And it has opened up a whole new world of things. It has opened up already new opportunities, and new wonderful people have come into my sphere just within days of showing up for myself like that first. So I share this because I want to encourage you to show up for yourself. It doesn't have to look like what I did. Obviously, that was like, dude. But it's just whatever way that you can show up for yourself and be your whole self, and be whatever those disowned parts that you think are not okay for you, but are totally okay for those people that inspire you, you can. And I encourage you to, because there will be gifts on the other side of that.